Thanks for dropping in. It's the first episode of 2024. So let's get the new year started with another installment of You Asked For It, the video series where I update older designs based on your requests and feedback. We've got 5 models to cover, so let's drop the intro and get going. First, we have an update to the Twist Lock Present. This design secures your gift with a hidden rack and pinion lock. But tricky boxes aren't everyone's idea of a good present. So I'm releasing an alternate model with a simple lift-off lid. Assembly is the same as the original model, just glue in the ribbons and add a topper. If you don't want to use a bow, any twist lock topper will fit, or create your own topper for a truly custom present. And finally, if you have a multicolor printer, you can skip installing these ribbons entirely and just print them directly into the box. Next up is another update to a twist lock design, the more recent Twist Lock Photo Box. This model was created to feature your own photos, U-Forge prints, or other inserts. It could also be used for 3D printed lithophanes, thin prints that create an image when light passes through them. With this goal in mind, I've created several lithophane parts. This central core provides structure for an LED light strip. Any additional wiring or hardware can be shoved into this compartment in the middle of the core. You can run any power cords through this modified bottom and side panel. Because this design snaps together without glue, you can easily switch out lithophane panels as needed. Sorry, Paw Patrol, you're going to be replaced with my nephew's next obsession very soon. The last 3 updates are related to my posable penguins and their frosty snowman friends. Each model has learned a new trick from the other. The posable penguins now have scarves and collars that match those worn by the snow people. These parts are so small that you can print them without any infill at all. A couple perimeter walls should be more than strong enough. Unfortunately, that small size also means there's very little contact with the print bed, so printing with a brim is recommended. The snow people, on the other hand, have learned minimalism from the penguins. You can now print a no-hat version of the snowman head. Spheres can make for notoriously ugly 3D prints, especially as you get near the top layers. To counter this, I recommend turning on fuzzy skin and using a concentric top layer pattern to hide where each layer begins. I've added this new head option to the giant snowman model as well. Now, losing the port at the top of the head really changes the assembly, so I'll quickly walk through how that works. First, we'll need a scrap of TPU filament that's about 150 centimeters long. We're going to fold that in half and then tie a knot about 50 centimeters from that fold. This gives us a loop that's 100 centimeters of filament with a little bit extra in 2 tails. Now we'll thread the TPU through the snowman's head. If you have trouble with this step, I've created an assembly tool that'll help grab the loop and pull it through. Now slide on the collar or scarf and the middle section of the snowman. Next, we'll take the folded end of the loop and pull it through one of the holes in the snowman's base. The assembly hook might help here as well. Once the loop is through the hole, slide a tensioning cap into the loop so it can't slide back into the snowman base. Now we're going to repeat that step with the other end of the TPU loop, except this time we're really going to need to stretch the TPU to get it all the way through. Once you've capped off this end, tuck any spare TPU back into the snowman base. You can use pliers later to pull the TPU out and disassemble the snowman. And it's done! These new tensioning caps can be used even if you're building a snowman with a hat. So use these if you prefer this assembly over the older bolt design. Personally, I find the bolt design a little bit easier. That's all the remixes for now. In 2 weeks, I'll be back with the first completely new design of the year, although I've been secretly working on it for a while. Until then, happy printing and thanks for stopping by. With this goal in mind, I've created several lithophane-focused parts. And tie a knot about 50 centimeters down the fold.